Okay, hold on. Okay. So today is a professional rant, and it all started not with the snowstorm, but with this. And this is it's the National Career Readiness Certificate, and it's from ACT. I still have laundry to do, yeah. Okay, so tell me why when I tried to get my proof that I took it and that I had passed it and everything, and you know that I mean, they say it's for employers, so I don't even know if I can really use it for college. But to me, on the website and things, it didn't differentiate. It didn't say like, oh, this one is just for career readiness and this one is for college. Like it didn't seem to be like, oh yeah, this is a complete different testing thing. It seemed like it was all just the one same test. And to be honest, it seemed legit like SOL testing or, well, as legit as this type of testing can be. Or like GED testing and everything else. So when I was trying to do community college, which I'm trying to do, but I have to go take my placement testing because this did not work out. They said that they do archiving and things and will pull your record for you, but when it was time to pull my record, they did not pull my record. They just sent me back the money for the archive, but they kept the money for the, what was it, shipping and handling or some shit? Which is like, wait a second, all y'all did was send me an email. Y'all didn't even send it in the mail saying like, oh yeah, we couldn't find your thing. Y'all sent me an email saying I couldn't find it. And for some reason, y'all keeping a partial of the money. And, okay, now flash forward to today. Because to me, it just all seems like drone antics. Because I just kept on asking my mom and pressing her, to help me out and do it and all this other stuff. And it just seems like drone antics that, their phone service was barely working. They didn't, and I'm used to waiting for an archive and things. Because with my birth certificate, you pay a certain fee if you don't have a birth certificate. And they'll find you one or print you out a new one. So I don't get why they couldn't just print out my scores if I can say like, oh yeah, I'm silver level, it was this type of testing and all these things. Why can't they just say, oh yeah, we have that and, we're sending it and things like that? No. Instead, I just got a runaround until it was too late. I had to miss my whole fall semester for community college because they just kept on giving me the runaround. And it just was not helpful. So now flash forward to today, and the reason why I feel like, well, this is drone related is because today it snowed and things. And so, I mean, the snow was so weird because it didn't start until I was like laying down in the bed and stuff. And I wouldn't not have known if my mom didn't say, oh yeah, wow, it is snowing. And she wouldn't even have said anything if she didn't hear me watching YouTube and stuff. So then, what happened? Oh, so then she told me that it was snowing. And, I had to call in my job. I called in at 11 p.m. last night. And they thought I was just joking about the snow because I guess the roads didn't seem bad or I guess they hadn't been out yet. But then they checked on the news and saw, oh, the center or whatever was closed down. So then they were like, oh, yeah, okay. Well, you don't have to go in for the morning part. So then for the afternoon part, my mom is like, oh, call them and ask them to call their client to see if you can even make it. Call your client. And I did. And they said, oh, yeah, we just got off the phone with your client. This is at 3-something because I'm trying to be cautious. They don't like, to be left in the wind where they don't have anybody to sit with the client and stuff. tell me why I called them. And they said, oh yeah, we called just before you even called us and called her. And she said, the roads are fine. Tell me why we get to the first road. That's not a secondary road yet. We get to the first road and it has not been paved at all. It has not been, not paved, but it has not been snow plowed at all. So then we know that we have 2 additional secondary roads to get down. If the first main road, that is not even a secondary road yet, has not been paved, then what makes you think the back roads are going to be done? And then on top of that, there are overgrown trees and everything else. So that means that if the snow could get to the ground and that the trees are covering the snow, that means it could not have been melted by the sun. And that's what it makes me think that, they're in association with the drones. And also on top of that, like, just little weird, halfway nasty things have been said. Like, there was a guy who was there, and I was like, oh, he looks like a nice fellow. And the next thing you know, I can hear them talking in the other room, just saying all type of nasty things about me. The same thing has also happened at the client's house. She had her cousin visiting, and he was saying all type of disgusting stuff, too. And, I don't know, it's just a lot living like this. Just always being, chased and harassed or having to hear nasty or mean, hateful things said about you and type of stuff. It's just hard. And now it's even putting me in danger and stuff, The road was not plowed at all. It was icy. It was still covered in snow and ice. And you could see, and then the thing is, this is another thing that lets me know that it was drones, is because different cars and stuff that don't live on the road were driving down the road, trying to act like, oh yeah, we all have to be down this road. And, look how safe it is. Even though they couldn't show that it was safe because they had to take precaution. They had to stop, drive slow over top of it. And they were driving like they didn't even know how to drive on ice and snow. Like they felt unsafe themselves. Like they have a whole bunch of drones driving on it. And you could tell that the road hadn't been driven down very much at all, except for once. And that was like midway when the snow had started or something. You could just tell that nobody had been on the road all day until we had came and stuff. Because it wasn't like multiple driven tracks or anything. It's just like, okay, why did y'all lie and say that, oh yeah, we called the client and she said it was fine. Oh yeah, we know that it's fine and things. You really did not check. You really don't know that it's fine. All y'all did was sit up and try to lie to me to get me to do something unsafe and dangerous. And that's another reason why I hate this whole drone program thing and all this other stuff, is because all they do is sit up and spin lies and webs and other stuff. Just trying to, I don't know, I just feel like they were just trying to generally get me hurt, honestly, because it made no sense to be like, yeah, you have to get down this road to go help them. It's like, hey, situation isn't that emergent or that, big a deal, I don't know. It just felt very stupid and weird just to see those people just trying to slip down that road, and they felt all dangerous and scared too. It was the craziest, stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life, honestly. Because, they were little sedans too, and they're like, whoa, wait a second, what are we even doing over here? We're trying to prove a point to who? Like, you could just see that these people did not live down this road. They did not need to go down here. They were just going down here trying to make a point like, oh yeah, it's safe, we can get down here. No, you really can't. And to be honest, I think that's going to be my rule of thumb, that if, the main center or the main place closes down and shuts down for the day, that I'm going to do the same thing, because, I had a car accident 2 years back. I'm not trying to have another one. And I don't care if people are trying to lie to get me to go somewhere or whatever. Okay, good. You want to lie to get me to do these things? That's good. But guess what? I'm not going to do it. You can lie and make up whatever you want, but, I have to put myself first. I have to put my son first. And putting my son first or putting myself first means putting my health first, means putting my safety first. I'm not about to do that. So yeah, I don't know. It just seems like every time I try to do something, they just always want to get in the way to be like, oh, no. Like, it doesn't matter how minute it is. It doesn't matter if it's not going to affect anyone, it doesn't matter. As long as it's like me just trying to strive, just trying to reach, just trying to do something. Or even now, like, they're trying to put me in the situations to endanger my health and stuff. You know, I don't know. It's just that if other people out there dealing with the same stuff feel like a targeted individual, guess what? It's true. What you're going to do is true. It's actual. I mean, everybody's in on it. And, you know, just use precaution. Just put yourself first. Keep yourself safe. You know, you can't keep on being like that type of person who gives up your last. You can't be that type of person who, you know, wants to help and do for everybody else. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you were that type of way. They will make sure that people see you not that way. They will make sure that people, I don't know, as best words as I could say it, want to hurt you, want to put you down, want to make you feel bad. Like, even now, I have family members who have stolen my things, have lost my things and everything. And just sat there and as best as they could say is, no, I didn't. And then in other words, they say, well, you didn't catch me. You know? So, yeah, that's my professional rant for today. That started with the snowstorm. That started with this, even. Yeah, and the other thing that I wanted to make with this point is you're better off just going ahead taking your placement test or taking your SATs or whatever to do your college stuff, because they are completely unprofessional and they will steal partial of your money and be like, oh, well, it's completely unprofessional. I would not go through this system anymore. You're better off taking your SAT or your placement test, because that's what I still have to go through right now.